came to me lying in bed praying one night, and he told me, and I heard his voice with my own ears. He said, America is Babylon, and America will be destroyed in 1 hour. Babylon, America, the mother of harlots and abominations. I had a dream. And in that dream, I walked into a very large, plush movie theater. What I saw on the screen was a scenario after scenario, or snippets, if you will, on the big screen before me, of different ways that America would be destroyed, one right after another, without stopping or pausing. I saw where food prices would double, and then a short time later would double again. Everything was so expensive, and no one could afford to eat, pay rent, or utilities any longer. I saw many people being evicted and living out in the streets. It seemed as if everyone had lost everything. No jobs, no home, no hope. All was lost. And that was the look on many of the faces and many of the eyes that I saw. Now, I saw very many manufacturers, stores, shops, and even many banks closed. And many people had a hard time getting their money out of the bank. And many people lost everything when their banks closed, as the banks would lose records of deposits, so it was impossible for many people to get their own money out of their closed banks. I have been warning since 2014 that bank closures were coming, and that the people would lose their money and lose their valuables, even in a safety deposit box as well. I saw people walking the streets looking like bums, very thin, who had lost everything, wearing rags, unshaven, looking like they had not had a bath in a year or more. I saw cash blowing down the street, and people would not even bend over to pick it up, as it was paper. I was shown the stock market collapse, and everyone who owned stocks lost everything. And then the margin calls came, and then these people who financed their stocks, they lost their homes, cars, boats, RVs. Their credit cards, debit cards were cut off. They seized all of their accounts. All they had left was the clothes on their back and the cash in their pocket. I was shown the government would declare a force majeure or bankruptcy, and then there was nothing paid by the federal government. No social security checks, no food stamps, no welfare, no government pensions. They had no money. They paid nothing. Then very serious riots started. They started all over America, and as America was an entitled nation, and everyone depends on a government check to get by, but no more. Now everyone was in the streets all over America, even in small towns. They were rioting, demanding their money, but there was no money, and many will die in these riots. I saw martial law will be declared in America, but our military could not handle every city and town in America, so they called in the UN peacekeepers, and then that was a contradiction in terms, as they will kill many Americans under martial law, and no one can complain or even file a grievance. I also saw foreign troops were massing on our southern border and even our northern border. I saw thousands of single men of military age from countries like Russia, China, Iran, Syria, Iraq, Cuba, Venezuela, and even from North Korea entering at our southern border. And they just walked in, unopposed, with backpacks. And that was what I saw back in 2017. I also saw many troops and much military equipment being shipped into America, including AK-47s, RPGs, much ammo, artillery, even troop carriers, even tanks were shipped in via containers on cargo ships. These were smuggled into the country and stored in warehouses until they were needed. They had bribed the inspectors, who thought the containers were just big boxes full of fake Rolexes or fake Cabbage Patch dolls or the like, but in truth, it was military hardware. So it would be stationed in America when the invasion started. I saw these men walk into America in rags, t-shirts, shorts, but later they received their military uniforms, and they were black. They had no insignia or patches of any kind. Now I saw row upon row upon row of smartly dressed men in black uniforms and black helmets, and their lines were very long. I saw thousands of these men in America just waiting for the call to attack America. Everyone had a look of rage and pure hate for America on their face, for every American.